Because there was only vague indications on Disco Godfather, Dolemite, and Human Tornado. What cities were these films filmed in?
These were shot on location in Los Angeles. Locations that I got from a lot of people that helped me out by giving me the locations free. And the church scenes that I done in Dolemite was done in a church, and the man said, well, you all are trying to make it. Y'all give the church a donation and you can have my church to do your scene in. And that only costed us $50.
That's great.
Give a donation.
That's amazing, these low-budget films. Also, I just wanted to ask, because there was on Legend of Dolemite, they recount your career and your way upwards in the field. I was just curious, because of the problems in the 60s with obscenity, Lenny Bruce, Richard Pryor, George Carlin being arrested, did you ever suffer any of that kind of problem with your obscenity?
Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor is a great comedian.
Oh, I'm not putting them down. I'm just saying they had trouble.
But Richard Pryor had no trouble because he didn't do it until after I done it. You thought Richard Pryor was before me?
No,
Richard Pryor copied my style in 1974. I am the world's first comedian to use four-letter words on a comedy record. Now, Lenny Bruce may have did some explicit stuff in the 60s, but Richard Pryor didn't. A lot of people say Richard Pryor because he had the system behind him, like Warner Brother Records. Long after I come out with my record, this is my newest record, but it features all the old tracks from my early albums. And I had stuff on there like Dolemite, Petey Wheat Straw, Signifying My Cake. And I was the world's first to do that. The record stores even put them under the counter. I had broke the ice for Richard Pryor and Warner Brother Records when they come out with it. So I'd like to set the record straight that I am, no doubt about it, the world's first comedian to use ghetto expressions. I don't call it just plain dirty words. I call it ghetto expressions in a form of art. I was so new and so early with this until the record stores used to put my records under the counter. They never did that with Lenny Bruce's records, but they did mine. They never did it with Richard Pryor. They never did it with Red Fox. Red Fox had explicit records, but they wasn't the records that said,
you can say the words were on public access.
The word motherfucker on it. They didn't use that phrase. Red Fox had stuff that was risque. He had a thing called the jackass. And he said everybody rode their ass to church. That means rode the jack to church. Says the preacher had the little boniest ass I ever seen. I used to ride his little bony ass all the time. And his wife had the biggest ass. I used to ride old big sweaty ass and slip right off a big sweaty ass. That is as far as Red Fox got. But he used the term where it have double meanings, a jackass they were calling. But I use the plain hard words like eat pussy, sucking dicks, and motherfucker, which was not done.
What year was your first album? That's not mentioned in the documentary. We were wondering, is it in the 60s?
1969 was the first one that we recorded with those words on it, although I did records before. But you couldn't use that and get away with it on a record. In fact about it, I didn't know whether I'd get away with it when I did it. But as I say, I broke the ice for all of them. Def Jam and all these little young comedians out here today is a chip off of me. I am the godfather of rap and the king of party records. Not king of comedy, but the king of party records, because I have a list of them stacked this high. Party records on the market.
When I say eat out more often, eating ain't cheap. No one knows where the nose goes when the door's closed. Everybody kneel and don't be praying. Remember, if you ain't got it in the hips, you can damn sure get it in the lips. Look at this motherfucker sitting there. Look just like my old dumb brother. My brother ate so much pussy, we raised him up one night and he looked like a glazed donut about the mouth. I ain't lying.
We should also speak about the current interest in you by the rappers. They sample your stuff. You mentioned in The Legend of Dolemite 40, that was about a year ago, you had about 46 samples at that point. What artists have done this? Can you name some of the artists who've used your comedy as samples?
Yes, I have 59 samples at this time. 31 was did by the Two Live Crew. This album that I have there that the Two Live Crew did with me called Back in Your Ass for the 9-4. It was did in 1994. And I have a track on it called Dolemite Meets Captain Dick. I did that live with him, but he has 31 samples on me. And Dr. Dre, one of the great rappers of our time, has 6 samples on me on The Chronic, which was a tremendously big seller. And the late, great Eazy-E, he adored me. He has sampled me some 10 or 12 times. And others, too numerous to name all of them, but King T, a young man, sampled me. And then I got a lot of live appearances with artists. I appeared live with Eric B. and Rakim in the video The Ghetto. With Illegal, I appeared live with them. Dolemite was their uncle.
Dolemite, he's not the smoothest. The Beastie Boys love Dolemite. They watch Dolemite. Dolemite is just definitely, he was in one of our videos called In the Ghetto.
While you jive turkeys, I'll knock you through Sunday and be waiting for you on Monday. You're too young to have seen the sights, so ask your mammy and pappy about Dolemite.
Pretty much, we first started rapping and swearing and cursing on records. People were like, acting like I made it up. I'm like, nah, there's other brothers that were far in the future before me that made it up. I'm just trying to carry on the tradition.
I stuck my finger in the ground and turned the whole world around. Him went up in a jug and beat it with a club. Yes, I took today and brought back yesterday. Took the 4th of July and put it in June and made leap year, y'all. Just jump over the moon.
Here in this picture, Afros, Max, and Zodiacs. I'm in this film with the great Isaac Hayes, Jim Kelly. A lot of great artists are in this particular video.
That's from Something Weird home video.
Girl, this motherfucker's got rhythm, haven't he? I've got an all-girl army that knows what to do. They'll fox as hell and practice kung fu. I put my finger in the ground and turn the whole world around.
You know, you're still the best man that I know in bed.
Yes, I'm the human tornado. I used an earthquake to mix my milkshake. I eat an avalanche when I want ice cream. I punched a hurricane and made it a breeze. I swallowed